Hi guys, we are going to try the new viral pistachio filled chocolate bites, and I'm going to start now, and I'm not going to talk because I'm going to override this with my vocals. So here we go. I have it on a measuring. We got yogurt. I'm putting a cup of Greek yogurt in. I'm putting tablespoon of honey. I said I wasn't going to talk, but I am. I can't help myself. I'm infected by the viral chocolate. We have to keep this thick so that it forms into a ball still. So I made extra pistachio paste. Pistachio paste is different than pistachio butter. It is, all right, that's 1 tablespoon. And just add I have a little extra in here, so we'll go by taste. Because I don't know what the ingredients are, so you're going along with me just as I'm learning myself. So we're going to use almost 3 cups of pistachio paste. Let's start with this much first, and let me get it off the scale. It's a big amount for scale. I used this brand. It's the only good brand they had at the shop, right? But you could order online. So I'm going to mix this really good. If I have to, I'll get the hand blender out. You know what? I can get my actual whisk to do this. I didn't put all the pistachio in yet. I might just do that though. We want it to be a nice green color. Put the whole thing in. It's almost 3 cups, right? Can't hurt. That's a lot of work I did. I took all the shells off, all the covering off the pistachio. I blanched the pistachio nuts with hot boiling water over with the nuts in a strainer, and then I did it again with ice cold water. So let's hope this comes out the way I want it to. It's got to be the right consistency. I hope I didn't put too much yogurt in. Maybe the whisk wasn't the right idea. I have to actually use my fingers to get it out, which they're very clean, so don't worry. We got to get that green color back in there. And Greek yogurt has a little bit more of a tang, so I brought the maple syrup along just in case, because some people are putting dates in, and this maple syrup is very healthy and is added to a lot of, let's get this mixed up, because this is going to get frozen for a while before I could dip it into the chocolate. I might have put a little too much yogurt. Nah, it'll be fine. It's still It's just got to be mixed in. When I'm making something new, it's just like driving someplace you don't know where you're going. And I want these to be green, so I'm going to put a little drop of green dye in it. Gel color. Just washing off my hands a little. Hold on. Okay. Just going to add a little. It could be that light, I guess. I hope you're seeing this. See the color? Over here is brighter, huh? I need a new light, I guess. I guess this little light is, see my little light? It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Here we are. Ooh, I'm infected by this virus. Help me here. All right. Put that back over there. And let's keep mixing this up. It's a good texture. And we're going to have to taste it, because if it's not the right taste I want for inside of that dark chocolate shell. Here, let's get a little spoon. Not bad. What does it need? Guess what? It needs a little of this maple syrup that I use in my avocado pudding, which has got, look it up on Google, maple syrup compared to some of the other sweeteners. We're almost there. I'm going to start off with 1 teaspoon. Maybe two teaspoons. So let's write this down now. 2 teaspoons. Almost 3 cups of pistachio paste, which is made in a processor or high-powered blender. It's a little messy. First you gotta blanch the pistachios to get the green color. I didn't even put any color in it yet, and I don't even think we need to. It got a little lighter with the yogurt. I have to tell you the brand. This is a really good brand. I use it a lot when I make my chia puddings. It's called, also I can't have lactose. So this is lactose free. The yogurt is lactose free, so if you can't have lactose, you can have this. Even the dark chocolate, I don't believe has that much lactose in it. That's the only thing, is chocolate is got milk in it. Let's see, let's taste this now. I'm kind of folding it because I don't want it to get too thin. All right, let's taste a little bit of it now. I use a different spoon, so I'm not double dipping. A little salt now. Just a little, let's get all this off. I don't want to waste an ounce of that work I did. It took me over an hour, about an hour and a half to get these pistachios ready for this wonderful delight that we're going to have. But we want the insides to taste just as good as the chocolate on the outside. Right? All right, I think we need a little more maple syrup. So we put 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, 1 tablespoon of honey. Where's my marker? Okay. 1 cup Greek yogurt. 2 teaspoons maple syrup, 1 tablespoon honey. Got to keep track of these things as we're making this up as we go. And while we're at it, we might as well get the rest of the honey out of here. It's just a little honey. I don't like anything going to waste. Honey, honey, sugar, sugar, doo-doo. One of these days, I will have the camera where I could just put everything in and voice over to you the ingredients. I'm not at that step yet, but we'll get there. You know what I was thinking? I saw an old video, which I happened to put up, about when I was making, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago, fondant gum paste flowers were a big deal. Now people are just using regular. Here, let me put this up a little bit. Here, let's get that off there, that honey. I'm trying to fix this without it falling off. No, that's not gonna work. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination as I fix my stand is such an aggravation. Do, do, do. Never mind that. All right, let's get back to business here. Bear with me, guys. This is a new recipe, and I'm working with what I have, which is I'm lacking some supplies, which I need. I told my husband I need that camera. It's always been like that all my life. When I was a singer, I had no backup. No backup. As soon as I start, I remember I ran a jam, a guitar and singing jam. I ran it. I ran this jam at a bar I used to work at. Yes, I did. I worked at a bar. That was a long time ago. Now I work. I don't work anywhere right now. I'm working for you right now. I was doing baking. I'm almost 63. And I'm not going to switch right now. Okay, so let's do one little taste test after I put the honey in. This time I'm going to do the back end so I could get it easier. Oh, I need to put the salt in. I got the sea flakes salt for the top. Malden sea flakes for the tops. But we're going to use regular sea salt for the middle. Let's do 1/8 of a teaspoon. Can't forget that. 1/8 of a teaspoon is half of a quarter of a teaspoon. I don't seem to have. Just sprinkle it on. You can eyeball how much it's going to cover. We don't want too much in there. Come with me. All right, Linda, that's enough of that song. All right. We got the salt. So let me write that down. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Because when we blanched all the pistachios, which is in the fast video, you'll see it on my channel. When we blanched them all, it took all the salt off. Because I blanched it and then I took it out of there and put it in like a water bath. And then I took it out of the water bath and put it through the strainer again. Put it on a towel, rubbed it out. You'll see it in the video. That's what I'm doing in that video. And I explain in the description what the heck I'm doing. It's like, what the heck is she doing? Okay, we're gonna put a little, we want this perfect. A little bit of maple syrup. They put a little teeny, how are you supposed to hold that? Look at that. I like the bottle, but golly. I gotta hold it from the bottom. You know, there's a difference between pistachio paste and pistachio butter. Pistachio butter is made with white chocolate, honey, and tahini, I believe. I honestly didn't like it that much. I like the flavor of the pistachio. It takes away the flavor of the pistachio. I like to taste the pistachio. Before I put the pistachio in here, you use that pistachio paste for cakes, pistachio, my famous pistachio raspberry cake. That's what I use for the cake. And I also use for the French buttercream. Towards the end, I put a certain amount in. We'll get to that one day. I've done so many of those pistachio cakes on demand. And it's just so good, so I'll have to make it again one day, but we're not going to do that yet. I need a little bit of stimulation here, doing something else. Okay, here we go. We're going to start freezing these. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take, so while we're doing that, I'm going to start on another recipe that I've been wanting to do. And I'm not even going to say it to the very end so we don't get confused. All right, let me taste this. Just a little teeny bit more salt. Remember, this is sea salt, so it's not that strong. Maybe it could be a whole teaspoon instead of, a whole quarter teaspoon. Instead of half of the quarter teaspoon. So now I'm just going to put, so it's a quarter teaspoon of salt for the whole thing. That's enough. You don't want it too salty in the middle. But that goes so good with, I see a little clump in here that I want to get out of the pistachio. How did you get in there without me seeing you? A little clump of pistachio that wasn't mixed up. It was hiding. Oh my God, I watched such a scary movie last night. I had to turn it off and ask the Lord to please help me because I got so scared. It was called The Mummy. It's 2026. Oh my God, don't watch it. It's horrible. I couldn't sleep last night. I was so scared. I'm sorry. I should not be degrading a movie that's trying to make money, but not for me. I was thinking it was going to be about like a regular old-fashioned mummy. No, this wasn't. Ugh, it was a horrible movie. And I don't know what made me even start to watch it. I was half asleep. And then I saw some things happen and I was like, oh my God. I turned it off and pulled out my Bible. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it scared the heck out of me. The last time I've ever been scared of a movie was The Shining. I was all by myself as a teenager, and I was staying with my mom, and she went out to the casino, of course, and her boyfriend went out the back door to the casino, of course, also. They would sneak out on each other. All right, I just want to make sure there's no more little clumps of pistachio in there, which I'm seeing. So while I see like right there, we want to get that mixed in. That's got to be mixed in. It can't come out like that. when I open one of these shells, I don't want to see a clump of pistachio in there. It's got to be totally right. And I'm mixing it, basically mixing it on the spatula itself. So, sorry guys, I get the sniffles down here. I can't help it. Nowhere else but down here in the basement. I keep it nice and clean. I bleach the floors. I think I'm allergic to something down here. Maybe they had a cat down here once. I'm allergic to cats. I used to have cats, but I'm allergic to them. My mother said, no more, you can't have no more cats. I had to get rid of all the cats, but then I got older and I got cats again. And then she had a litter and I gave them away. And one of my friends, hi Ingrid, how are you? I can't wait to see you soon. We're gonna have a ball. Well, I'll try to have a ball. Now I gotta go out and buy a ball. I'm being really silly. Okay, we don't want those clumps in there. What's going on? Thought I had it down all. That's why it's a good thing I'm going through it like this. Get those little clumps out of the pistachio. We don't want no, remember in The Odd Couple? Pits, pits, pits in my juice, juice, juice. Those two did not get along. Kind of seems like me and my husband sometimes. Oh my God. We had company over last weekend. Last Saturday, yeah. And me and my husband were like arguing a little. And they're like, are you guys always like this? And I'm like, yes. Why do you think I always come to your house alone? We love each other, don't get me wrong. We just lost our puppy. He wasn't a puppy, he was 15. And it's been kind of very sad around here since then, especially for my husband. He kept them company down in the living room because they could no longer get up the stairs. I keep saying they because we had another dog a year prior to that. And he left us also. They both were old and it was their time. And now they're both together. I have to believe that. I know that. They're in heaven and they're playing and they have no pain because they were in a lot of pain towards the end. All right, we're done with this. I got all the clumps out. These are good. We got the yogurt in. I'm just going to taste it with my finger. All right, I think this is perfect. We got the maple syrup. We don't want it too sweet. I don't know about you, but I don't want it too sweet. That's what the pistachio butter tastes like. It's real sweet. So we just made almost pistachio butter. All right, so now my friends, and I mean it, you are my friends. When I was looking at that flour video that I did a couple years ago, I was thinking about making some flowers. Would you like to learn? Put it in the comments if you would like to learn how to make flowers, and I will do a complete flower tutorial. And I hope that you will tell me what you would like to see and what recipes you would like to learn besides these viral crazy things. All right, let me get all this stuff out of the way. Let's put this excess Greek yogurt back in the refrigerator. Save that for breakfast tomorrow. I eat yogurt every day. I love yogurt, but I have to eat the lactose-free yogurt. So this is good. This recipe has no milk. All right, let's get this frozen and in the freezer, and then we'll say goodbye.